The Nag Hammadi Library, also known as the Chernobyskian manuscripts and the Gnostic Gospels, is a collection of early Christian and Gnostic texts discovered near the Upper Egyptian town of Nag Hammadi in 1945. The texts are referred to as the Gnostic Gospels, after Elaine Pargel's 1979 book of the same name, but the term also has a more generic meaning. Codex II, one of the most prominent Gnostic writings found in the Nag Hammadi Library. Shown here are the end of the Apocryphon of John and the beginning of the Gospel of Thomas. The Orthodox Christians held to books we now have in the Bible and to what is today considered Orthodox theology. The Gnostic Christians, if they can truly be described as Christians, held a distinctly different view of the Bible, of Jesus Christ, of salvation, and of virtually every other major Christian doctrine. However, they did not have any writings by the apostles to give legitimacy to their beliefs. They were the students of the apostles and others.
The Valentinian Nag Hammadi Gospel most commonly refers to the Gospel of Philip, a text discovered in the Nag Hammadi Library, which is considered to be a key source of Valentinian Gnostic teachings detailing mystical reflections attributed to the Apostle Philip and showcasing the characteristic themes of Valentinianism, like the concept of the bridal chamber and the nature of spiritual enlightenment. It presents a Gnostic understanding of Jesus and his teachings, focusing on inner knowledge, gnosis, rather than external practices. Unlike traditional Gospels, the Gospel of Philip is not a narrative but a collection of fragmented sayings and theological reflections, making interpretation challenging. It includes concepts like the pleroma, the divine realm, the different levels of human existence, spiritual, psychic, material, and the idea of the bridal chamber, representing spiritual union. The Gospel of Truth is one of the most important Valentinian works.
According to Christian scholar Epiphanius, Valentinus was born in Egypt in 100 AD and schooled in Alexandria, where the Gnostic Basilides was teaching, and died in Alexandria circa 180. However, Clement of Alexandria, another Christian scholar, reports that Valentinus was taught by Theudas, a disciple of the Apostle Paul. He went to Rome between 136 to 140 in the time of Pope Hyginus, and reached the peak of his teaching career between 150 to 155 during the time of Pius. For some time in the mid-2nd century, he was a prominent member of the proto-Orthodox community in Rome. He had even hoped to attain the office of bishop, but wasn't chosen for the position, so he left the Catholic Church. Any remains of Valentinus's writings only come from quotes that have been transmitted by Clement of Alexandria, Hippolytus, and Marcellus of Ancyra. Most scholars also believe that Valentinus wrote the Gospel of Truth, one of the Nag Hammadi texts. Valentinianism was one of the major Gnostic Christian movements, founded by Valentinus in the 2nd century AD. Its influence spread widely, not just within Rome, but also from northwest Africa to Egypt, through to Asia Minor and Syria in the east. Later in the movement's history, it broke into an Eastern and a Western school. Disciples of Valentinus continued to be active into the 4th century AD, after the Roman Emperor Theodosius I issued the Edict of Thessalonica in 380 AD, which declared Nicene Christianity as the state church of the Roman Empire. The practices of Valentinus and the Gnostic movement that bore his name were condemned as heretical by proto-Orthodox Christian leaders and scholars. Prominent church fathers such as Irenaeus of Lyons and Hippolytus of Rome wrote against Gnosticism. Because early church leaders encouraged the destruction of Gnostic texts, most evidence for the Valentinian theory comes from its critics and detractors, most notably Irenaeus.